Okay, overhead and underground electric project bids. Is too high? Just the one. One bid's too high? Or just higher than you thought?
I knew that T&D wasn't going to be in competition for the underground because you'd have to bring a crew out of Texas. But the surprising one was the Shun one.
From Bill's pre-construction estimate, that is $4,000 or $5,000 under for Shun, but it was also about $4,000 or $5,000 over for Kynes. So, and anyway, in total, the project is just about right what Bill had estimated for construction.
So I talked to my brother, and I told him I couldn't vote on it if he got it, and I told him he was pretty in the ballpark, so don't worry about it, I can vote. And he's done work with the Shonkan. They're a pretty reliable company. He said that they're real good about what they've got, their own drilling, their boring equipment and stuff. So he's done business with them before, and he says that. My question to him was, like I said, the mobilization insurance. So he shows $1,000. Does that mean, does he have enough insurance to cover that? Are we talking apples to apples when it comes to that kind of?
It was all spec'd in the bid.
Okay, all right.
Insurance requirement.
Okay.
Has to be.
He actually gave us his insurance with the bid.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't give you that entire bid packet, but it's a detailed bid packet that had the specs for the job and also
I don't think I have that, do I, Scott?
how things were bid.
I don't think I got that. It was right with his bid.
No, so I'm, like I said, after talking with him, he knows a lot of guys in the business. And
So, and Shun's done a lot of work in town. We feel really good about Shun. This Kane's contractor, we have not done any work. And Bill called to check with our electrical engineer about him, which is where we got the name. And they have not done any work for DGR either. But Bill talked to them today, got some references, checked up on the references, and the reports came back as good. So you want to talk about that a little bit, Bill?
It's a family business. The grandfather, the dad, and the kid. They're not a big crew, just a small crew. They're just looking for work. And I called our engineer today, and he says they've been bombarded with people looking for this FEMA money to do the reconstruction for the ice storms. So we're on the right end of the jobs. I called every one of his references, and everyone had nothing but good to say about him. Do really conscientious work. I talked to the guy, had a really good feeling when I talked to him.
you say it's a smaller company. How long of a time frame would you say that we had built in there? Did you say?
He has a six-man crew.
Okay.
And I'm estimating it with no problems, they can knock everything off in 2 weeks. Barn rain and stuff like that.
Sure.
But you can see by the overhead bids, everything is right there in line with. There's not any high ones or really low ones. I really thought that T&D Solutions is working for SAC REC right now. But you can see by they're with like $2,800 of each other.
Well, we need to discuss a little bit about the financial status of the electric department, which, currently is not real good. But went through and came up with what will be the projected fund balance as of the end of March, and it'll be $13,000 in the electric fund, and another $21,000 in what we call our electric improvement fund. So, you know, we don't have cash to do this. If we wanted to take care of this and do this all right now, what we would likely do is just have a little internal loan from ourselves from the electric capital fund, which has $73,000 in it. We do, throughout the city, throughout the electric funds, we have enough money to pay for this. The other thing that's pending yet is this $65,000 to be received from FEMA. And really about the only thing that I can offer you for an update there is that as we question more about why this isn't being turned over quicker, at least they have recognized this as a unique situation, a problem situation or something like that, that gets special mention during their weekly update meeting this week. So we do at least get the identified and wondering what the heck the problem is. So, and basically there is no problem that anybody can foresee. They're just wanting to know why it's taken so long to work through the process.
So is this where we bring King and Steve in, or try to?
We'll see what I can get up with an answer for this week's update meeting with the FEMA staff. And if that answer is, well, I don't know, it got lost in the shuffle, you know, it better be found in the shuffle and we can get paid.
That's why I thought maybe before we had the meeting, we'd just do a little mark down a little bit, just to let them know. I think we should just call up, I don't know, again, I'm just sitting here trying to think. Call them up, whoever your contact is there. Want to know if that's going to be brought up. And what is our chances of getting our money next week? Just for the fact that we've got some issues that we need to address as a city, and funds are tight, and we're trying to.
I'd say we can give them a call, and we can ask that question. They won't tell me when, but like you say, it's just constantly reminding them that we're out here.
We disagree, so you got to continue to stay after them, I think. I think that's part of the government way.
Did that bill pass, Scott, for bypassing that one, the last one that you know, talked to Steve about? Did you know if that bill passed or not?
It had passed both houses. It hadn't been signed.
But they never added cities in on that?
No. This was a bill dealing with the Historic Preservation Office and how they interact with REC FEMA projects. But it only included RECs, didn't mention the municipals.
Steve said Julie Smith was supposed to be getting back to him on it.
Yeah.
But it had already passed out of the Senate. That was our big holdup, the first part of that deal.
Yeah, I knew that.
Which we have cleared that hurdle, is what they've told us. We've cleared the hurdle. We still haven't gotten that documentation that says we've received clearance on the archaeological part.
You haven't got any paperwork set out on that? No.
Sounds like we're beating our head against the wall there for a little bit.
But we can make it work financially, and that's legal.
I mean, we sure can, you know.
This stuff, has to be done, the popcorn has to get done before they do the band. Right?
Their electricians, I met with him today, he's starting right now. He already called a locate in. They put in a $25,000 addition out here on their electric. So they're committed.
So what's our next step? Consider the bids?
Well, you certainly could consider the bid. You know, you can look at awarding everything, look at awarding part of it. You know, I certainly would agree with Bill. You know, we got some people who are expecting these services shortly on the underground work. So I think we do need to do that.
I think George told me that John Healy was going to start out there with the water and sewer
Next couple days.
Tomorrow, he told me. And so we want to get in there right after they do.
So how long are these bids good for?
30 days.
The contractor, if he doesn't get this bid, he's going to bid another job. But if he gets this bid, then he says he's not going to bid that job. That's what he told me.
I would tell you that we did not take bonds on the project, so we didn't take a bid bond. And if we would require a bid bond, it says they got to honor their bid. And they could always rescind their bid yet. Say they get this other job, they could rescind their bid.
But you're saying for sure, with people waiting on underground, we should probably accept Shunes.
You can't
With
beat
that
that.
price.
You can't beat that. I called our engineer today also. And when I told him who it was, his comment was jump on it.
Yep.
But you remember when I looked at this whole deal, this was a year project, you know, for the whole, for December 1st, you know, that's how I looked at it. It wasn't just for this budget year.
And timing on this isn't, for once the guys are going to come in and probably get it done too quickly, because the underground guys come right away. We got a couple of the underground jobs have the deadline of May 1st. But then the completion date on the overhead works like December 1st. And they could come, you know, the latter part of summer and certainly meet that requirement then. Because this looks to use the underground and overhead money from two separate budget years.
I've never seen something fall together this fast. You know, going out to bid, we only had to award it, not even 2-week period to return the bid, it just everything is. Yeah, exactly, that's what our engineer told me, the same thing, he said they've been, I think I already told you that, bombarded by contractors, so.
Well, I guess I just, with this, you know, I mean, Shunes, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, is definite. With that Canes out of, I mean, usually with our, like with us when we bid, I mean, your bids, you know, come August, you know, if we decide, you know, we could hold off till then, but your bid might be, you know, 4.5 of what it is now, you know, coming back. Or if he bids another job and doesn't want to do this, so.
If his bid would change, we would not obligated to it anymore. So.
Yeah.
How much of a bind does that put us in, though, if we decide to do everything at once?
We're stretched pretty thin, but just after work today, we're putting together the numbers about last month, the first month of having this rate increase in place, and that helped out quite a bit. Our revenues for the month exceeded expenditures by about $26,000. Now you can't expect that every month, but it.
But that was real. We had a real low usage months too, you know, which makes a difference. Everything I know right now, this is your main projects for the whole this calendar year, you know. Because everything I know about, nobody's come to me wanting anything bigger. A lot of times they don't tell me until the day they want it, so.
In the meantime, we could get this FEMA money too.
Right. And we can do this. It would just likely to say tap into this electric capital fund for a while, which is the equipment fund for electric. And we don't really have anything penciled in for those funds either, other than purchasing back this year. So we could be okay.
We don't have it. Deal with it.
So we could push the back off, is that what you're saying, a year if we had to?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
These two are more important than the back. We have to make a
If you put a
choice.
priority list, yes.
If we get our FEMA.
If we don't do this overhead one, the next ice storm we have next November, we're all gonna be sitting here screaming and yelling because it fell down, right?
The worst, well, if you don't get any FEMA money, it costs you 3 times, Scott, what normally?
Yeah.
2.
But this isn't in the FEMA.
No, what I'm saying is,
This will be outside the field, but
It's
it's
right.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you, because If the bill's what it is, we'll have another one, so.
No,
Semi-annual.
remember you guys, I told you 3. Right, Tony? You knocked on the table. I hope we're done for the next 20 years.
Yeah, me too.
So I guess we need a motion to approve Schoen Construction's bid and Kynes Construction Contractors bid. Is that what you need?
Yep.
I will make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call?
I wanna make one little, the backhoe, let's not get in a rush unless we get the FEMA money.
Would that be something
Yeah.
better to purchase, like even in the winter, you know, or fall, or even? Is it one of them things like a boat where, you know, like this time of year is a bad time to buy it, or?
The economy's the biggest thing. If the economy's down and nobody's
Nobody's buying
ordering.
it.
There's nothing that says we can't shop around, and just see what kind of options we have after this. But all I'm saying is, if, I don't wanna go in doing this project, which I agree, I think it's more important, but I don't wanna go after this back right away and say, well, we gotta have that too. I'd rather,
Till we got the money.
Well, it
There
may
you
be
go.
better to wait and see if something does come up, or,
Yep, I get you.
I don't have a problem with that then.
Because we wouldn't go on the back until we go to buy, spend a couple of.
Right.
And I don't see that till next year. We're gonna do this year.
Well, FEMA's gonna hand us a check. Yeah, I'll be
When?
okay.
I hope they approve that 43 miles, but I'll pay for
You can compose the song yet?
No.
That's why we ain't getting it.
it. Like my senior. I was watching this.
Instead of a Wichita lineman, it'll be a Lakeview
Okay
lineman.
to obtain,
Who sang that song?
it's okay that I approve.
He was on,
money to pay for a contractor to do work for us.
True Grit.
I,
Grit here guy.
Oh,
We're just BSing.
I don't know, Laney,
yes,
thank you.
yeah.
Trigger,
yes.
Bold,
Yeah.